Welcome to John Hanson Stadium at Carlton Field here at Osseo High School. As tonight we wrap up the regular season in prep football. It's the Blaine Bengals visiting the defending state class 6A champion Osseo Orioles. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Bill Huntstock. And Bill, obviously not the kind of season Osseo wanted. Pretty much a brand new group, new coach this year. They've struggled some, but they're really trying to build on a great performance last week as they pounded Coon Rapids.
Well, they really had a good game last week, and they've had a couple of good games. As the coaches told us, they played well at times, they played very poorly at times. And what they're hoping to do tonight is really generate some momentum, bring a little bit from what they had last week, and be able to carry some momentum into the playoffs.
And for Blaine, a strong season at 5-2. They've had a game or two that got away from them, or they could even be better than that, but they're definitely also looking to get some momentum built for the playoffs. And both teams talked a little bit about you want to be a little bit careful injury-wise on this last game. You want to not lose somebody that you need for the playoffs.
Right, and that's really a tightrope to walk, because you want to play competitively. You're going to play to win. You want to do the best you can, but you don't want anybody to get hurt. So you're out there, you're kind of cringing on the one side because you don't want a key guy to get dinged. But by the same token, you don't want to play soft and then lose, because that doesn't help either. So it's a tough night. You've had the short week. Coaches like and hate the short week because, yeah, you get right into it right again. But if you've got some bumps and bruises, they don't have enough time to heal up. So tonight's a touchy game, I think, for both teams. And they both want to be ready to go into the playoffs with a little bit of momentum.
Let's talk about key players to keep an eye on in this game. Blaine really has a couple of linebackers that lead the way. We're going to go with Shea Garrity, one of their twin brother linebackers, the smaller of the two leading tacklers, but he's had a very nice year.
He's had a very good year. He's had a leading number of tackles for loss, all the different defensive categories. Garrity's done very well. And their defense is designed, it's a 3-4 defense, so it's designed around the linebackers. The linebackers are the guys that are going to be making the plays. And they've got, like you said, two good linebackers. They've got a very good defense. The coaches feel they're really good against the run. They're a little concerned about the pass, so they'll see how that shakes out.
For Osseo, we're going to talk about a guy who's slowly but surely started to really pile up some yardage offensively. He's going to play on both sides of the ball. They'll use him some, at linebacker as well, but Parnell Taylor's a guy who's a tough kid to bring down.
Yeah, Parnell Taylor, not a big guy, but a powerfully built guy. And he's run for over 400 yards in the last 3 games, so he's really come along very nicely for them. And he's a tough guy to bring down. He brings a lot of energy to the field. The coaches really like him. They say he's just a natural leader because of his energy and the way he plays. It's going to be a really tough, really an interesting, I think, game between the running game of Osseo and the running defense of Blaine, kind of power against power.
Could be the final game on this field for the Osseo seniors, as it's not likely they'll get a home playoff game, so we'll see how the Orioles wrap up this regular season. Blaine trying to take care of business and pick up win number 6. That's the Bengals and the Orioles coming up on 12 Sports.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Ooh.
And welcome back here to Osseo as we get set for the Bengals and Orioles on a nice evening for football, although much cooler obviously than what we had when the season began. So these teams will be not having to deal with anything too bad weather-wise, but definitely crisp, especially by the end of the game.
That's a nice fall evening. A little bit of breeze. It was breezier during warm-up than it is right now.
Let's go down now to our sideline reporter for tonight, Allie Arlt.
Hey guys, you know, despite their 2-5 record, Coach Stockhouse says team morale is high right now. Coming off of a huge win just last Friday versus Coon Rapids, only having a few days between that game and this one, he says that momentum and energy is really carrying them through. He says to win tonight, his team has to establish themselves early. He says they cannot let Blaine stick around in this one because their size and aggressive nature are a big threat to this team.
Thanks very much, Allie, as Blaine will kick off to begin the game. Brandon Olson getting set to kick off. And Osseo will have Taylor back deep. Both teams talked a little bit about controlling the clock with their offense, so we'll see how that battle shapes up too. It's going to be a short kick here and on a big bounce taken at the 15. Ooh. And some room immediately for Taylor, and then he is finally wrapped up and brought down by Garrity. Shea Garrity, that is, at about the 35, just over the 35-yard line. So Osseo will have it first down and 10 as Greg Arell, their quarterback, the junior, will lead them out, try and get their offense established early in this one.
Well, let's see how the Osseo offense decides to attack the 3-4 defense of Blaine. 3-4 defense presents a little bit of a problem because with the 4 linebackers, you have people that can move around pretty easily.
Arell's going to throw on first down, and he's able to complete it, and then it is juggled backward by Ron Gray. I believe that it will be a completion, but obviously they lose yardage with him dropping that football, so not exactly the way they had that one planned to start out. It's going to be a loss of 5 on the play.
Yeah, and Gray did a nice job of grabbing the ball, and as he turned, the ball slipped right out of his hands and went 5 yards backwards.
See the Osseo offense, a pretty veteran offensive line, and they've, in general, have moved the ball pretty effectively this season. Going to go to the ground this time, and look out, here comes Taylor with a head of steam, breaks an arm tackle, still on his feet into Blaine territory. Taylor does not want to go down, and all the way down inside the 25-yard line he'll go. Gain of 46 on the play. And Osseo in business now in the Bengals end of the field. We saw exactly what we were talking about. Well blocked initially.
Yes.
Look him get to the edge. So he got a lot of yardage anyway, but then breaks a couple of tackles.
And you're not going to tackle him with an arm tackle. You can see it takes 3 or 4 people to bring him down. And that's the key to the running offense.
Arell throwing and looking for Gray. Not all that open anyway. It's probably just as well that ball was thrown too high and out of bounds. So 2nd down and 10 as we get a look at the defense for Tom DeVellis and the Bengals this evening. As Bill talked about in the pregame, he feels good against the run, what they've done this year, not quite as much against the pass. And Osseo obviously a little bit stronger as a running team, and we saw Taylor able to pop that one. So 2nd down and 10 for Arell and the Orioles. Going to go with the handoff, Jeff Ekior. Good penetration, and down he goes as he was hit early on in the play there. Thomas Hintz getting in deep to get the stop there. He ends up getting back to near the line of scrimmage is about it.
We're going to have 3rd and 10.
Arell directing things, getting his guys set. And movement on the left side of the Osseo offensive line. And so they'll be pushed back 5 more. First penalty issued of the game. And penalties have been a little bit of a bugaboo for both these teams, it sounded like. It seems like kind of a theme with more than a few teams that we've talked to lately.
Right. Yeah, both coaching staffs were saying that, they had 12, 13 penalties last week. Not comfortable for either coaching staff. That really is not what they're looking for.
Going to keep it on the ground, and nothing doing this time for Taylor as he is popped. Tyler Osowski getting there for Blaine and comes up with a strong tackle. That's kind of the key for, well, I guess any good running back, but for a guy like Taylor especially, get to him early before he's really got that head of steam going.
Right. And here you see good penetration by both the linebackers. 2 of the 3 linebackers. What is 3 people in there to break that up.
So 4th down and long here for Osseo. Too long for a field goal, probably too close to really think about punting. So 4th and 18, and they are lining up to go for it here. Arell dropping to throw, has time, throwing down the sideline for Taylor, and it is incomplete. Back there defensively was Sam Carl for the Bengals, and, did just enough, stayed in the way.
Yep.
And it will fall incomplete, so Blaine holds despite the long run by Taylor early in that drive. And the Bengals will take over football 1st down at their own 32-yard line. As we get another look at it, yeah, there's a little contact there, but he's turning, he's getting, that's well defended.
Yeah, well defended. The ball's underthrown. That ball's got to go higher and wider for Parnell Taylor to have any chance at it. Another penalty on Osseo for encroachment. Make a 1st and 5. The little 5-yard penalties really drive you nuts. I think that, and I say that every week, but those kind of things just are killers.
There's Connor Melton, the quarterback for the Bengals. So 1st and 5 as he runs option right and runs into a wall and is knocked backward. So good hit delivered there, and it'll be a short loss on the play as we get a look at the rest of the Bengals offense. So Melton running that option right and takes a pop there. Melton, the lefty, firing, and it's knocked up in the air. It'll fall incomplete. Blaine feeling fortunate that deflection didn't go up in the air higher or stay on the field as he tried to hit Byron Bynum out there in the flat as you look at the Orioles defensive unit. So after a 1st and 5 now, Blaine looking at a 3rd and 6. Melton running option to the left, the pitch back, and they will have the first down. Stepping out there was Chase Harper, but not, well, let's see. Yes, he's going to have the first down, but just by about a yard or so, it looks like, as they mark him out.
Much closer than it looked like. It's hard to see the sideline from here in the press box, but he did get the first down.
Out to the 43-yard line. First down of the night for the Bengals as they get new set of downs to work with here. Opening possession for Blaine after Osseo turned it over on downs. Wants to throw to Bynum out in the flat. Gets a block, and look out. Here goes Bynum.
Yep.
Brought down inside the Osseo 40. Pickup of about 19, it looks like, and another first down here for the Bengals.
A little bubble screen here with Bynum coming in motion across the formation. And Melton hits him pretty nicely right before he gets hit pretty nicely by the
And now they go the other way. Same thing. Bynum inside the 30, spun around, gets a hard ride to the turf, but he looks like he should have enough for another first down here for Blaine. Similar, if not identical, play going just to the other side of the field.
Absolutely. Yeah, if it works one way, why not come back and throw it the other? And Bynum, not the biggest guy, 5'11", 173 pounds. Pretty hard to tackle one-on-one.
We got to look at Coach DeVellis there for Blaine. So from the 28, and they go to the ground game, and not much doing that time for Harper as it's well defended up the middle. Jones among those in on the stop for Osseo, and not much of a gain, if any, there for Blaine. Looks like it'll be back to the line of scrimmage as there you get a look at Coach DeVellis. Fake the handoff to Harper. Now Melton getting some ground up the middle, and nice open field stop for the Orioles by Navalonce. And he'll pick up, looks like about 5.
Yeah, it's a pretty well-run play here. It's the quarterback keep off of the read. What do we call the read option? And he's just reading the lineman, and if the lineman goes out towards where the running back is, he's going to keep it.
Bynum on the handoff to the right side and bounces around and falls down on his back, but he should have enough for the first down here.
Brought down by number 1, Chester Barlew.
So Byron Bynum has been one of the real keys to this offense so far, both catching and running the football.
Inside the 15, the pitch back goes to Harper, and he dances to the sideline there. Might have possibly been better cutting to his left than right there off that block, but hard to tell that at the time. And
right.
Still got a little bit of yardage there for the Bengals.
You got about 4. We're obviously in 4-down zone, so 4 yards on first down is a pretty nice play.
Gives it to Harper, sweep to the left. Harper gets a block, and he's going to get to the corner of the end zone for the touchdown.
Chase Bynum, the ball carrier into the end zone.
So Blaine on the board, or are they? Looks like we might have a flag down here. Yep. When did this come, though?
I did not see. Yeah, I did not see that at all.
Blaine signaling that it's against Osseo, so it might have been possibly a post touchdown, or
it could have been an offside. Oh,
personal foul against Osseo. Touchdown is good for the Bengals. So Harper takes it in for the score.
And here you can see, pretty nice run by Harper. He does a good job of getting outside the flank and getting around the edge to put it in the end zone.
Nolan Womack will come on for the point after kick here for Blaine. kick is up, and it is good. And so with 6:34 to play here in the first quarter, Blaine strikes first. They go up 7-0.
It was a nice drive by Blaine. They mixed the run and pass up very nicely. Got good plays from their running back Chase Harper, also from Byron Bynum. Had a couple of really good plays, a couple of nice catches on little bubble screens that gave them good yardage. And they will now kick off for the second time. Orioles will receive.
And because of that penalty, it will be assessed here on the kickoff.
Right.
So they have a chance to really, they have a chance to do a couple things. They could, just boom it in deep, or they maybe, is this the time you think about doing something a little creative? Either not necessarily onside kick, but.
No, but maybe keep the ball in play. Don't kick it out into the end zone. Keep it in play and see if you can pin them down deeper in their own zone. Kicker Brandon Olson, he did not have a huge kick on the first one, so if he can get the ball up in the air just a little bit and let it hang and get it down around the 10-yard line, should be interesting.
He's going to drive it low, and it will just bounce into the end zone. So Osseo smartly, Taylor, they're not electing to try and field that one. Nope. So they'll just take it on the 20 with their second possession. Obviously, they had the one big play with Taylor breaking off a 46-yard run, but then other than that, didn't have a whole lot go their way and turned it over on downs. There we see Ryan Stockhouse still very upbeat. Obviously, the record is not where they wanted it to be this year, but he knew it was a whole new group to work with. He said, we just need to really learn how to finish games. Here's Taylor breaking a tackle, breaking another. To the outside he goes. Down the sideline, now cuts it back a little bit. Taylor weaving to the middle of the field. And finally brought down inside the 20 at about the 16.
We have a flag way back though. This 24-yard line. Boy, the penalties have really, you're going to call a chop block?
Yeah,
a hold.
Like
he's saying he grabbed him and held him. So, and evidently it was probably close to the point of attack. Ryan Stockhouse not real pleased with that, obviously.
Holding call against the Orioles.
That'll be a 10-yard penalty, bring it back to the 15. So it was
going to be about a 63, 64-yard
run. I would have put Taylor with 3 carries and 100 yards. Not to be.
So it'll be 1st and 15 now for Osseo, back at the 15-yard line. And a quick handoff there, nothing doing for Ekior. He was met initially by Austin Olson and then finished off. So not much doing on that first and long for Osseo. They give him maybe a yard on the play.
It'll be 2nd and 14.
Looks like they're calling it a 2-yard pickup actually on the board anyway. We'll go with that. So 2nd and 13 here for Osseo. And we're going to have another pre-snap penalty here. Procedure call against the Orioles. So they've taken
four. That's their
Yeah.
4th penalty and 3 procedure calls. That's actually their 5th penalty because they had one on defense too. And this is one of the things that both coaching staffs were concerned about, is that what's going to happen with the number of penalties that get called tonight. And Osseo is finding out very quickly what's happening.
Burrell Handing off left side as Aaron Japal.
Yeah, Japal does a nice job of getting the ball. Got a couple of pretty good blocks. Yeah, he put it in 3rd and 5, so he got about 10 yards on that, 8 yards on that.
And then hobbles off after that carry. So 3rd and 6 here for the Orioles. And I get a conversion as Taylor takes the handoff, and he is met by 3 Bengals. No way out of that trap, and dropped. It's been an interesting start for Osseo. It's been either hit or miss. And a couple of big hits, although one came back, and then they absorbed the big hit that time, and Taylor had no shot there. 3 guys free, rain at him.
Yeah, that's one of the challenges that the 3-4, the odd man front, brings, is that with the nose man right on the center, he can take either a seam, and it's a very strong gap control style defense.
McNorman punting this one for Osseo, and it's going to be downed at their 49. So punt of about 24 yards there, and Blaine, not bad field position. They'll take it over in Osseo territory.
Coach Stockhouse, they're encouraging his people on defense to get off their blocks, meaning that as soon as that guy comes out to block you, use your hands and your feet to shed him and get going after the football.
Ball signaled ready for play now, and Melton and crew will start this drive for Blaine. It's a little shovel pass into traffic. And it's going to be ruled an incomplete pass, I think. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Even though that's a shovel motion, it's a forward pass.
It's a forward pass. So yeah, and even though it's behind the line of scrimmage, it's still a forward pass. So it's a very safe play to run, as you can see right there. But the ball goes right down onto the floor. Bynum not able to handle it, so just an incomplete pass.
Yeah, they weren't going to go anywhere with that one anyway.
No.
Melton looking deep down the sideline. A little push off maybe, but the completion is made. And it looks as though there is no flag there. As the big receiver, Wigan, 6'4", 200, might have gotten away with one.
Maybe. Not Drew Pearson-like, but
be just inside the 10-yard line. Watch right there.
Just
not
a little.
Not a lot. Tevin Yang giving up an awful lot of size there.
Yeah.
Here's Harper sweeping
inches
to the left. And that one's pretty well defended as he's cut down there by Naima for Osseo. That previous play, a 39-yard gain.
Very long pass. Completion by the Bengals to put themselves right back down into not only into the red zone but deep into the scoring position. About 3 minutes to go in the quarter.
2nd and goal to go now from the 9. Harper, very minimal gain on that one, maybe a half yard. Melton rolling left, throws, and it is complete for the touchdown. Tough throw rolling right for a lefty, but Blake Newberg hauling that one in. And we have a flag at the end, it looks like. In the end zone, right about where the ball was caught. This may be another personal foul, perhaps.
I'm not sure what they called me. It looked like it was a good collision from here. He was open, but 2 of the Osseo guys bumped into each other.
Well, we'll see what
and that's a type of a play, particularly in that part of the field, that's very tough to defend because the corner has to support the flank on the run, but he also has a responsibility to stop the pass. And when you get a good running game going, it makes that pass, that play action passing.
They're going to pick the flag up. Yep. And so the touchdown is good on the pass completion there to Newberg.
Not exactly sure what the penalty would have been or who it would have been against. But if there was, if there wasn't a foul, it's good that they had a conference about it and then pick it up. That's the right thing to do if there really isn't a foul. But it's going to put Osseo behind the 8 ball here right away in the first quarter.
Extra point try. They got a good rush from the outside, but Womack's able to get it up and through for the Bengals. And so with 2:54 remaining in the first quarter, becomes 14-0. Another look at this pass.
You can see that.
Yeah, the
two Osseo guys actually hit each other. There wasn't really any contact on Newberg.
Yeah, and then he
at all.
Threw that. I'm glad they picked that up. They ran into each other. There was nothing there. You gotta see that better. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Coach Stockhouse now discussing what I think he just wanted clarification more than anything, because when you see a flag thrown and then they pick it up, you're thinking to yourself, well, somebody saw somebody one of you guys saw a penalty. Did you stand up for it or how?
Yeah. What did everybody else see?
Yeah.
Right. And the targeting and the late hits are really a point of emphasis at every level of football right now. And any high contact is going to get an extra bit of scrutiny.
And they keep it on the ground, and it's fielded nicely. So Osseo should get good field position out over the 40-yard line. That's it's not a spot where you say that's the hands team per se, but Jaden Morton had some good hands to field that ball.
He did a nice job, and he knew what to do with it when he got it. And a lot of times those guys on the kickoff return team, they're there more for their blocking prowess than they are for their returning capabilities.
So Osseo football on the 41-yard line, 2:50 to go in this first quarter, and they trail it 14-0 here on their home field. Arell working under center, handing off to Taylor. First guy can't get him. And they rip the ball free. Blaine's got it. And running through that scrum, and then the ball was lost again. And maybe Osseo thinking they've gotten it back. This would be an interesting call.
And there's a penalty.
And Taylor winds up with the football ultimately. There was no doubt Blaine had it as Max Bouch had the recovery, and then he was running and he had it ripped free, and now the officials are going to got probably more than one thing to discuss here in terms of possession, but also that flag.
The flag, who's got the football, and where is it going to be placed?
Taylor did a nice job making the first man miss and then had the ball raked out of there.
Yeah, I think it was Garrity. Sam Garrity did a really good job of pulling that ball free and forcing the fumble. Bouch picked it up, and then as he was being tackled, was yanked away from him.
And
we have somebody
also have an injury as Dylan Crump.
Dylan Crump, the 6'3", 330-pound defensive lineman for Blaine. It's a very large young man right there.
Officials having a long discussion again about, like I said, probably both, the penalty and just verifying that there was a recovery by Blaine, and then it was taken, a fumble before his progress was stopped going back the other way.
Yeah, 2 fumbles on one play. Not only unusual, but sometimes hard to figure out. And where during that play did the infraction occur, and who is it against?
Well, penalty looks like it's against Osseo, obviously, as they're marching backward here. Haven't seen a
15
signal
yards.
just yet.
It marched off 15 yards, but that was from the previous spot. And now the sticks chop block.
Yeah.
The first down, but it should be, there was a change of possession. Shouldn't that change the?
Well, first down for the Orioles and long. A Rowell hit as he throws, and a nice job defensively as Shea Garrity tossing the receiver to the turf there. As he hit Jeff Ekior with that pass. A short loss actually on that play.
When again, penalties have really dug a hole for Osseo. I just got a clarification on that penalty, Jay. We'll give it to you here in a minute.
Arell dropping a throw, now in trouble, and he is going to be sacked. Courtney Dawson gets to him, and he'll be dropped at about the 20-yard line, so they'll lose another 3 or so.
And make it 3rd and a country mile.
Now they've got to get beyond midfield here. This is they've got 31 yards to go here for the first down.
You got a good 3rd and 31 play, Jay, in your playbook?
Well, Taylor's shown an ability to break a couple.
Yeah,
again, one of them came back on the
40.
hold, but
he's had over 40 twice. So you just call the 40-yard play.
Timeout taken here as.
You know, while we've got a timeout, I'll just take a sec to explain what happened on that goofy play. The chop block penalty occurred before the fumble. The initial fumble. So Blaine had the option of taking the play, which would have been a loss of possession because the Orioles would have kept it and it would have been first down. But because the chop block penalty occurred before the fumble, they accepted the penalty. And that's why it stayed. It was a 15-yard penalty and stayed first down for the Orioles. It's always good to have an official in the press box with us.
Yeah,
that was not from my brain. That was from our official in the press box.
We talked about how there were more moving parts to that decision than most, and then so that's good to get that clarification.
Yeah, and they got it all sorted. It's amazing they got it all sorted out too.
Third down and very long here for Osseo. They go to Ekior on the ground to the left side, and he will be shoved out of bounds there as he's met by the Bengals defense. Harper and crew getting up to make the play. And, you know, on a normal down, you might have said that was a decent gainer, but when you got that far to go.
When you got that far to go, you know, the defense can soften up and give you a couple of yards, just can't give you the entire thing.
Norman on to punt here. Deep to receive is Sam Garrity. Calls for the fair catch and makes it right at midfield, so about a 24-yard punt. And again, Blaine will have it at the midfield stripe. 28 seconds to go in this first quarter. Bengals leading Osseo by a score of 14-0. Regular season finale here on 12 Sports. And of course, then it's playoff time. And for these teams in 6A, you know, unlike in the past where you used to go Wednesday and then play again Tuesday, they've got they've got until next Friday. So
they've got about a 9-10 day break here.
Yeah,
that's good.
A little more than normal rest time compared to the rest of the season. Which Melton handing it off to Harper, trying to find some room there. Got a short gain, yard or so, yard and a half. And that might be the last play of the first quarter if Blaine wants it to be.
Yeah, they'll probably just let the quarter run out.
And that is indeed the case. So we have completed one here at Osseo. Our score after one, Bengals 14, Orioles nothing. Second quarter's up next.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
Second and 9 for Blaine as we begin the second quarter. Melton rolling left. Oh, and in and out of the hands of Bynum. Defender was there. I don't know if he got a finger on it or not, but Bynum looked like he had it in his hands and just couldn't quite bring it in.
Yeah, it was hard to see exactly what happened all the way across the field there, whether the defender actually tipped the ball or not. But had Bynum caught it, I think he'd be in the end zone right now.
Yeah, absolutely, because they tried to undercut that throw. And Blaine probably putting that one in the memory bank saying, we might come back to that one because that one really was well designed. Here's Melton throwing deep down the field and incomplete. Really the only guy close to that one was an Osseo player, Johnson Falla. And so Osseo defense toughening up here and holding Blaine on after getting just 1 yard when they took the ball over at midfield.
So pretty good defensive sequence for Osseo as we see the ball thrown, and Falla was the only one that had a chance at it. And when that was launched, I thought Falla was going to be able to get to it.
KJ Downey on to punt. Taylor waiting back deep. Rush coming, but he gets it away, and it will take a Blaine bounce down inside the 20, inside the 15-yard line, and will be down at about the 14, it looks like. So 35-yard punt and no return.
It was a pretty nice overall punt. Not a great flight, but good enough airtime that Taylor couldn't get underneath it to catch it. A lot of pressure by the Osseo defense.
Yeah, the Blaine protectors, they were able to kind of funnel them just outside enough that they couldn't get a direct line, but yeah, there was plenty of penetration there. So 1st and 10 Osseo on the 13. They go with the toss back and a nice cut. Out over the 20 to nearly the 23 goes Taylor.
And Parnell Taylor looks like the kind of back that anytime he gets any kind of an opening or can break an arm tackle, he's going to be gone.
Give him 9 on that carry, so 2nd and a yard coming up here for Osseo. Just outside their 22-yard line.
And Osseo really needs to settle in and let their offense work and make some things happen, get a couple of first downs here.
Arell throwing deep, looking for Taylor, and it's incomplete. So 3rd in the yard. You know, on even in your own end like that, 2nd and 1, and not a bad spot to see if you can catch him off guard a little bit. But Sam Carl was there.
Especially if you think that their opponent's pass defense is their weaker link.
And Arell struggling to hang on to it here.
Yep. And I don't know if he got enough for the first down.
I don't think so. No, in fact, I think he lost yardage on that.
Yeah, it's going to be a force of
back
punt.
to the line. If
I think he mishandled the snap and was forced to hang on to it.
Right.
It did. The snap was not clean from the center. And Nick Norman's back into punt.
Well, after that 9-yard gain to start it, Osseo has to feel like they had a little bit of a wasted opportunity here.
Exactly.
Garrity waiting near midfield. They should get good field position again. It's a high kick. Garrity decides not to play it, and it takes a big Osseo bounce to the 35. I don't know if he had trouble, I'm going to say losing the lights maybe. Otherwise, I'm not sure why he wouldn't have caught that one.
The moon got in his eyes. I don't know. But, yeah, that's another one of coach's pet peeves is not fielding a punt when you have the opportunity and the ball bounces 15, 18, 20 yards against you and costs you some field position. That's a big deal.
So from their 35, the Bengals will have still good field position, but not as good as it looked like they might. Melton running this one, and not a huge gainer there, brought down by Osseo's Adam Lanners, getting down low to make the stop, and actually not going to get any yardage there. I thought he might have had a yard or two, but instead it'll be marked right back at the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10.
We'll go with the empty backfield here. 4 receivers to the left.
I got that bunch set, and sometimes teams like to come back the other way if you can get single coverage on on this right side of their offense.
And
it's going to be a quarterback draw, but Osseo's ready for that. And down he goes. Jones wrapping him up for the Orioles. They were not fooled.
Nope, not at all. Yeah, Jacob Jones does a really nice job of staying at home and making a good one-on-one tackle, a good hit on Melton, the quarterback.
Another no gain play, so 3rd down and 10 now for the Bengals, who, their first couple possessions looked like it was going to be relatively easy for them to move the ball, but they're finding Osseo toughening up a little bit on D. Here's the 3rd and long. Melton gets rid of it, throws it up for grabs, and only Osseo is there. Picked off by Adam Plumhoff, and he will be knocked out of bounds just shy of midfield, and it will be a turnover, and Osseo gets the ball back right near the 50.
Well, that was really an ill-advised throw by Melton. There was a bad communication, a bad breakdown on the route by the receiver, because the receiver stopped the route at about 10 yards, as you can see, and Melton threw the ball another 20 yards downfield. So there was, Weigand and Melton just didn't jive on that one at all.
So an opportunity for Osseo. They go with the toss back, and Ekior is chopped down.
Jeff Ekior getting
just about a yard there, yeah. As Austin Olson submarined him there. With the exception of, the one big play, Blaine's defense done a pretty good job.
Exactly. But a turnover like that, that's a big emotional play, and that can set your team up to do well.
Arell, a little quick pass out in the flat is complete to Gray, and brought down a little bit shy of the first down, it would appear there, as Austin Hake wrapping him up.
Yeah, shy of a first down, but not by much.
And give them 7 on that gainer.
It'll be about a yard.
Or I'm sorry, on the catch, not Gray, but Julian Caven there with the grab. So 3rd and a couple here for Osseo. Right up the gut they go, and they will get the first down. That was just lower your head and go forward hard there, and Ikior did it.
Yeah, right behind big offensive lineman Nash Jensen, the 6'4", 330-pound Nash Jensen, who's headed to North Dakota State.
So from the 39, first down for Osseo here. They trail at 14-zip, but trying to get a march going after the interception. Norrell again going to throw out quick to Taylor this time, and there are a lot of white jerseys there to surround him. You can see they're trying to, obviously within the rules, but they're trying to make sure they get bodies to him and get hits on him too.
Yep.
Make him pay if he's, on those kind of passes.
Absolutely, and throwing to the short side of the field like that with the ball on the left hash mark, throwing to the short side of the field, the inside linebackers don't have to run very far to get to a point of collision.
2nd and 9 here for the Orioles. Norrell dropping the throw, and he's hit. It is a fumble, and looks like Garrity will have it for the Bengals. Yes, indeed. So they answer a turnover with one back the other way as a sack and then a fumble recovery by Shea Garrity.
Well, that time there was somebody. They had somebody coming right up the B seam and the C seam, and Garrity was the second man there, as you can see.
Austin Olsen got him in the back.
Right there, yeah, and that's another big turnover. That's a big emotional play for the Bengals to thwart the Osseo offense right here at midfield.
At the 49, oh boy, nearly taken away there, and Melton will run it forward there. He faked the handoff to Bynum, and a defender got there right at the mesh point. I believe it was
Omotoyombo?
Yes. Omotoyombo there. And it'll ultimately result in a no gain, but Blaine's fortunate to keep the ball.
Exactly. The defender, Omotoyombo, got there right at the, as you said, Jay, right at the mesh point, and almost tackled both of those guys at the same time.
Looks left and comes back right with the little screen. And the completion there to Sam Carl, and he'll pick up about 5 or so on that play.
Yeah, that bubble screen out to the bunch.
I'm sorry, to Brown.
To the bunch side of the formation where they had 3 receivers, really challenged the defense because you got 2 blockers right out there in front of the receiver.
Rolling left now. Melton throws on the run, and the catch is made. It was a little bit of a low throw, but Wagon getting down and able to haul that one in just as he got hit.
Yeah, Curtis Wagon at 6'4" and over 200 pounds is a big split receiver, and he's got the ability to go get the football.
They'll go quick here from the 25, Melton, and he is met and wrapped up and knocked backward there as Lanners and company getting to him. Just a yard on that play for Melton. They've held him pretty well in check.
Absolutely. Yeah, they've really done a pretty good job with most of the running game so far tonight.
Melton rolling left, now throwing deep into the end zone and incomplete. He tried to go to Brown. A little hand fighting down there.
Yep. Tevin Yang got a hand on it, couldn't quite bring it in. That would have been an outstanding interception.
We got a flag back near the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
And it is going to be a roughing the passer, perhaps.
Good collision there between the receiver and the defender. Nobody pushing. No interference.
And now some discussion. He started to signal personal foul, but then another crew member came in to talk to him. Bill, I praised them earlier for let's make sure we get it right, but you can't have these long conferences all night long.
Not on every single one. Yeah.
It just it wrecks the flow of a game.
Yep.
Let's see what our call is ultimately going to be here.
Pass interference.
Pass interference, that penalty declined, but a personal foul roughing the passer is going to be called. Okay.
All right, so that's why they had a little bit of a conversation on it. Not exactly sure who the interference was on.
Yeah, I didn't
the ball was pretty high thrown. It wasn't exactly a catchable ball. But it was I thought it was incidental contact.
Yeah, and well, either way, they get that roughing the passer.
The roughing is, that's the key one right there. That's another major against Osseo. They've had 4 or 5 majors tonight.
From the 12, handoff goes to Harper, left side, cuts it back. Inside the 5, flag is down. He's just short of the end zone, but this one more than likely is going to come back in the spot where you would often see a holding call, and I think that's what we're going to get.
Yeah, flag was thrown by the umpire. Have a hold against the offense.
And that is the first penalty against Blaine when Osseo's had 7 big ones, so you get a little sarcastic cheer from the home crowd there.
Exactly.
So what appeared to be a play that was going to put Blaine on the doorstep of punching it in, instead they'll be pushed back out to the 25.
It'll be first and
22 or so.
22, yeah.
Melton looking to throw, now firing and incomplete as Blake Newberg, I think, was more worried about where he was going to get his feet down and didn't look that ball in, and falls incomplete.
I think the key thing there is you got to catch the ball first. Don't worry about where you are. Catch the ball. It ain't going to be a catch if you don't grab it.
Blaine will come right back to the line of scrimmage for this 2nd and 22 play. Melton throwing it up, and he's got his man, and it will be complete down inside the 10-yard line as Weigand able to tap the foot in. Osseo a little bit of a breakdown there. Weigand was pretty wide open, and he'll be down to about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, there was a breakdown in the coverage somewhere. Weigand was all by himself.
Not quite enough for a first down, though. 3rd and a yard. Going to go to Harper, takes that handoff.
He's close to the goal line.
Going to be short of the end zone, but should have the first down. It would be my read on it initially here.
Looks like it, yep.
So he will get the first down, make it 1st down and goal. And Blaine trying to stretch this 2-score lead into a 3-score lead. Back to Harper, has to make a man miss early and reaches the ball out. Haven't seen a signal just yet.
Ended the ball pop free.
Osseo saying they wound up with the ball. Ultimately, Blaine saying we have a touchdown, and looks like it's going to be Blaine ball, but short of the end zone.
We have 2nd and goal here. Inside the 1-yard line, so Osseo trying to make the goal line stand here.
Back up a little bit for what? Thank you. Black, back up! Black, back up!
Back to Harper, left side. This time he'll walk on in for the touchdown. Blaine coming right back to it, saying, you know what, no reason not to. We don't think they can continue to stop that play, so Harper will run it in from a yard out, and Blaine adds another touchdown here late in this second quarter, or fairly late anyway, 3 minutes to go.
That's his second rushing touchdown of the evening. Blaine's now got a 3-score lead. This is the critical point right there.
Womack on for the extra point, and his kick is up. It is good. So with exactly 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter, it is now 21-0 Bengals as they're able to finish off that drive.
And that's the 21st point is a critical one. It's very, very challenging, very hard for a team to come back from 3 touchdowns behind, even in the first half. And Blaine will get the ball to start the second half. So if they're the 3 and out now that the defense can force on Osseo, they could end up with the ball 2 consecutive possessions. They could even, theoretically get a 4 or 5 score lead. That would be, virtually impossible to come back from.
Osseo looking for a spark right now. Maybe a kick return would be, an immediate way to make that happen. But
and Blaine has shown no desire to kick the ball high and deep to Parnell Taylor.
Womack will kick this one off after, I don't think they were super happy with the last kickoff from Brendan Olson. So Womack will drive it on the ground and picked up. Brought it back to near the 40-yard line for the Orioles, as they will again have pretty decent field position as Ekior returned that ball. Spotted on the 39, so Arell and company really need to make something happen here. At least, give them, if not obviously ideally score a touchdown, but at least give themselves a little reason for confidence heading into the second half.
Absolutely, they need to get a good drive going. They've got plenty of time to get a nice drive.
Hands it off. Ooh, and Ekior is wrapped up and brought down hard. Good penetration again by the Bengals, and getting there first was Ben Kaida.
Yeah, they're getting some good penetration, not only from their linemen, but from the linebackers. And, this defense lends itself to taking angles and taking gaps away from the offense, and makes the blocking angles very challenging.
Kidda on that stop. My apologies there. So second and long here for the Orioles. They go back to Ekior on the ground. This time a little more room to work with. Dragging a tackler with. Hanging on down low was Tony Strand. And he was being dragged along for a little bit before the rest of the help arrived. Ekior picks up about 8 on that one. So 3rd and 3 here for Osseo as time under 2 minutes to go here. They've got 2 timeouts remaining. To Taylor on the right side, and he will have the first down. Hit hard, but crosses midfield. And Osseo will get a new set of downs to work with here as he'll pick up first down. They'll be on the Blaine 49, and when they snap it, will be under a minute 20 to go.
Yep.
Handoff goes to Ekior left side, lowers his shoulder and drives forward. Shea Garrity met him there, and Ekior drove forward hard. It'll be a timeout taken here by Osseo as he'll pick up nearly 5 on that carry.
A pretty nice run. Good aggressive run by Jeff Ekior to stick that ball out there 5 yards, and
they really like
good play.
Yeah, they like him now and in the future. He's a sophomore and 6 foot, 195 pounder. I think they're definitely high on his future as a back.
Yeah, he's shown some really good techniques, and seems to have some pretty good energy as a running back.
Osseo obviously hasn't thrown the ball, much or particularly effectively tonight, but at this point, you have to think about working that in. They've got time, but not probably time to run it down the field, 5-6 yards at a time.
Yep. At this point, you've really got to. Clock management becomes a real key thing.
Well, throwing, and that one is complete. Quick, safe completion.
Yep.
Caven on the grab there, and he will have enough for the first down.
Right, so it'll be first down. The clock will not stop till the snap of the ball because he went out of bounds.
On the 38 of the Bengals.
So those kind of passing plays mixed in with the types of runs that they've had in this sequence can get you down and into scoring position.
Oh, it's a low snap, and I don't think Arell was really ready for it, and it was at his feet anyway, so it'll be a loss of about 4. They keep the ball, that's the good news, but that certainly hurts your time situation.
Right, and it costs you 5 or 6 yards.
Arell throwing, and that one complete to Gray. He's wrapped up and thrown down immediately by Brown. Osseo is going to use another timeout, it looks like here.
I think that's a good use of your last timeout. The offense can control the clock without timeouts, but when you have a pass play that is completed inside the field of play, you've got to use your timeout, otherwise you're going to burn 15, 18 seconds.
They'll have a 3rd and 7 coming out of the timeout and 39 seconds left. So certainly could be 4-down territory, but at the same time, the clock becomes an issue.
Exactly, and you offensively, you need to push the ball. You need to push the ball 8-10 yards up the field. You need to get it close to the sideline so the receiver can get out of bounds with the first down and stop the clock.
They'll send Gray out to the right, Caven to the left. Arell's going to go with the handoff to Taylor. Taylor trying to get to the corner, but well defended. They held that edge nicely and brought down by Strand and Bouch there.
Taylor's holding his lower leg. Not even close to what Coach Stockhouse wants to see.
And looks like Blaine is going to use the timeout here. So it's going to be 4th down and long as you see Taylor. Not exactly what, they were looking for to have. We talked about that in the pregame, but at the same time, you have to just still play the game.
Yeah, and you got to play to win, and you got to go with the people that got you there, and that would certainly be Parnell Taylor.
Considering it was a 3rd and long, I thought Blaine did a pretty nice job of not appearing to be surprised by that call of a sweep.
Yeah, and they didn't give up. They didn't give any ground. That's for sure.
So 4th down and long now. They lost a little bit on that last play. 4th and 9 coming for the Orioles. You're probably, considering where we are time-wise, you might as well just throw the ball up deep and maybe something good happens for you.
I hope you get a pass interference. You got to get the ball at least 10 yards downfield.
Arell going to roll to his right. Now throwing, and receiver coming back for it. Gray at the 25.
Ron Gray really making a nice effort to get that ball.
So they'll spot it on the 25. Let's see if he'll run a play or spike it. Yeah, he's just gonna save the clock there. 22 seconds to go.
And from this spot in the field, it's not, you know, it's not an easy reach, but it's not a hard reach to get into the end zone. At the 25-yard line, so.
Orioles looking for a big lift right before halftime. Blaine trying to continue their shutout. Obviously, the problem for Osseo here is if you complete one in the field of play and it's not a first down, you're going to probably lose most of the time, and it's going to be a delay of game against the Orioles right here.
Oh, gosh.
Tough one to have happen on that kind of a situation, but
keep finding ways to go backwards.
No, 2nd and 15 now for Morrell and company, but the time is the big factor. Rolling to his left, throws on the run, and incomplete. Ekior was in a tough spot there, and Tony Strand lowered his shoulder and buried him.
Yes.
You know, and ultimately it was probably better that he dropped it anyway, though, because they're going to use up, you know, that would have run the timeout.
Yeah, exactly. And Ekior made a nice effort to catch the ball, and just as the ball hit his hands, Strand hit him and separated him from the football.
So 3rd and 15 coming up for Osseo. Morrell rolling to his left, now throwing it deep downfield, jump ball. Caven coming back to meet it, and he's got it. Touchdown, Osseo. There is a flag down way back near where the pass was thrown. Looks like it might be against Blaine, perhaps a late hit.
A late hit or a roughing, yep.
It is indeed roughing the passer. Assessed on the kickoff, and it is a touchdown pass for Osseo. A 30-yard strike there from Morrell. Caven on the touchdown for the Orioles.
Julian Caven has a nice alteration of his pass route to get to a spot where he could catch the ball. And that's a huge score for Osseo in many ways. As we see here, Morrell getting back out. But watch the move that Caven makes right there. Boop. Just to get back inside the defender. The defender was right on the play. It makes a nice grab for a touchdown. You know, Julian Caven really altered his path to get to the football very well there.
That's what I was talking about on the earlier play. They did get a first down with a shorter throw, but a spot like that, you take that opportunity and you might catch it or you might get a penalty against the defense. You know, so no reason not to take a shot like that.
No, not at all. And certainly with 14 seconds to go in the half, this gives your team a real lift, and it closes it down. You've got a chance. Much greater chance to come back from 14 down.
Extra point was booted through there by Dean Lum for Osseo, and he, again, like we saw earlier, Blaine or Osseo will be kicking off from the 45 because of that roughing the passer penalty that happened to Osseo on an earlier one. So Lum can do what he wishes with this one, and he'll boot it deep into the end zone. Blaine will start with it on the 20-yard line here. See if Blaine will, just be content to go into half.
I think they'll just let the clock run out. That would make sense to me. to do that because you just don't want to take any chances at this point.
And that does appear to be what they're going to do here, as Melton will take a knee. So we will tick down to halftime, and a good first half for the visitors. However, Osseo giving themselves a nice shot in the arm with that late touchdown.
Absolutely.
Feeling a lot better heading into the halftime break. So it'll be a 21-7 Blaine lead through one half of our regular season finale here at Osseo. We'll be speaking with the coaches here at halftime as Allie gathers them and see get their thoughts on that first half of play is.
I can guess that Ryan Stockhouse is not going to be happy with the number of penalties.
Well, that's certainly been a down point for them this evening. But like I said, you get that. It's a totally different feeling heading into halftime after you get that late score, though, too.
Yeah, the score makes up for a lot of other things that happen, that's for sure. Especially when it keeps you in the game.
Yeah, it looks a whole lot different when you're heading off, and then when you're coming back to see that 21-7.
Yeah, he's still talking to his coaches.
As Bill pointed out, Blaine will get the ball first to begin the second half as well. So, but that late score, a big one certainly for the Orioles. Taylor is slowly making his way toward the locker room after getting banged up late in the first half. And let's go down to Allie.
Guys, Coach, I know you're not happy about those penalties in the first half. How do you clean it up in the second?
We just got to keep our composure. I think everybody just needs to take a deep breath, get back to playing clean football, one play at a time. When we make a mistake, we got to pick each other up and just get back out there and move on. I think we let some of those penalties get to us a little bit there, took us out of our game.
A little life breathed into the team here with a 30-yard touchdown at the end of the quarter. How would you guys need to do anything different in the second half offensively, or stick to your game?
I think we need to get back to what we do well, and that's run the football and make sure that we continue to lean on them. I think we made some good adjustments defensively, so I feel confident in our defense. So if we can come back out, stop them, and control the clock and run the football, I think we'll be all right.
Good luck in the second, Coach.
Thank you very much.
We'll send it back up to you guys.
Thank you very much, Allie. As halftime here at Osseo, 21-7 Bengals. We'll take a break, come back with first half highlights and more here on 12 Sports.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
The color in my garden keeps the pink of my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. They're my savior. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Welcome back here to John Hanson Stadium at Carlton Field. 21-7 Blaine, our halftime score, and let's enjoy now some from the Osseo band. Nice job there by the Osseo Marching Band. 21-7 Blaine, our halftime score here at Osseo. We will come back with more of our live coverage of high school football, the regular season finale here on 12 Sports.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast does whatever she wants, obviously. She's sleeping right now. She's an epic snuggler. She's so comforting. She's so loving. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.
Welcome back here to Osseo on a cool night, but a nice night for the end of the regular season. Bengals leading Osseo 21-7 after Osseo got a late touchdown. And take a look at our first half highlights in tonight's contest. Starting out with this one, Chase Harper taking the handoff, sweeping left, and he will get in for a 12-yard touchdown midway through the first quarter, and the extra point made it 7-0 in favor of the Bengals. And then it's a nice throw rolling right, and the lefty throwing back there to Newberg for a 9-yard touchdown pass. Blaine led 14-0 after one. And then Harper scoring his second touchdown as he get in for a 1-yard run after Osseo had gotten a stop or two, but couldn't keep him out of the end zone. But Osseo getting one late here. A nice reaction to the ball here by Caven, the receiver, cutting back in front of the D-back and able to make it look pretty easy right there on the throw from Morrell. That one came with only 14 seconds to go in the half, and you see our halftime stats. With that late drive, for a long time it kind of seemed like Blaine dominated the half, but overall the stats are not all that much different. Osseo, as Allie talked with Coach about, though, killing themselves with those that high number of penalties and high yardage of penalties. That's tough to overcome as they head into the second half. So obviously that'll be something that they try and get squared around a little bit. We will come back with more of our football coverage here. Playoffs dead ahead after tonight's regular season finales across Minnesota.
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast does whatever she wants, obviously. She's sleeping right now. She's an epic snuggler. She's so comforting. She's so loving. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed.
I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close. I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it.
I just want my family to be safe.
But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls.
But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child is protected.
This is the moment I knew his future
had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Oh, look, a redhead.
Staring contest.
You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back here to Osseo. Blaine holding a 21-7 lead on the Orioles as one of the young fans out there enjoying. You see people are getting bundled up a little bit.
That's
but
right.
We don't have too bad a night with no precipitation to work to take care of things for people tonight too.
Absolutely.
Look at some of the standings here. This is the West Metro North, and obviously Totino Grace has had a very strong year. Blaine gave them a heck of a game though, and you've got Anoka, Champlain Park, and Blaine, the 3 District 11 teams are right on their heels, all at 4-2, and Osseo in that grouping at 2-4, along with Centennial and Andover, and obviously Coon Rapids having a tough season. And then look at our Class 6A top 10. Totino Grace up top along with Lakeville North, and then you've got a group of teams with 3 losses right behind them, and Maple Grove is coming on pretty good, and they're right ahead of Blaine. Right. Both of those teams at 5-2. And since we're dealing with 6A teams tonight, we're not going to show 5A, but I got to give a nice plug for the number 1 team in 5A, my alma mater, Elk River, having a great year.
Elk River having a really good year.
Here's a look at some of the scores of games tonight. Eden Prairie, probably not too big of a surprise, taking it to Wayzata a little bit. Maple Grove leading Shakopee 35-17. Prior Lake up on Hopkins. Champlain Park playing well all over Andover. Good one, 7-0 team Spring Lake Park and Cooper playing over at Cooper tonight, and that one right now at 21-17 in favor of the Panthers. Cooper's not been able to beat them, but it's two very strong teams, and they're also in the same playoff section, so they could potentially be meeting again before too terribly long, and that game really will decide, who would be the top seed and who would be the home team potentially for a section final as well. So,
and in the 6A top 10, you've got Lakeville North and at number 2 playing Rosemount at number 5 tonight. So those two are going to be coming right at each other.
Let's go down to Allie.
Hey, thanks, guys. Coach, a pretty even performance on both sides of the ball in the first half. What did you like out of your team?
I thought our kids came out ready to go. I thought we relaxed a little bit near the end of the half and gave up that touchdown and shouldn't have.
What do you guys need to do as you see kind of a little bit of a momentum shift there? Osseo really coming for it in the second.
Yeah, I mean, before the game I said they got great athletes. They're going to come out fighting the second half. Why wouldn't they? So we just need to make sure we're ready to go and answer their call and play for 4 quarters.
Do you guys continue with the same game plan or switch anything up?
A few adjustments, but for the most part, we liked what we're doing. We know they're going to make adjustments at half, so we just got to execute, do our stuff, and adjust once we see what they're doing.
Appreciate your time, Coach.
Thank you.
Send it back to you guys.
Thank you, Allie, and thanks, Coach. We appreciate the coaches taking the time to talk with us a little bit, too, as, overall a half to like, obviously, for Blaine, but like he said, he felt like maybe they just relaxed a little bit. And, one play can really change the way it felt a lot, I'm sure. It was just kind of a one-on-one, and then the receiver happened to win that one with a nice play.
Yeah, that can kind of give, a team like Osseo give you a boost, going into and coming out of the halftime. And Blaine's got to realize that they can't relax in any way, or Osseo will be all over them.
We talked about it kind of late in that first half as well, that early on it looked like Blaine it was in a good rhythm offensively, moved the ball quite efficiently, but as the half went on, it wasn't any cakewalk for them to be able to move the football.
No. And I just noticed coming out of the half that Parnell Taylor has an ice pack on his left leg just at and below the knee. And number 23, Aaron Japal, also has an ice bag on his leg. Looks like both of those guys are questionable, if not completely doubtful, or out for the second half.
Still has the pads on, but yeah, you're right. They're, right now at least it's looking like, and again, I think it gets back to too, if this is a playoff game, you're more willing to, ask a guy if he can go. But in this spot, it may not make that much sense. And you can see the way it looks like they're kind of consoling him. So I have to believe that probably means that they've said, Parnell, we need to save you for the playoffs, and you're going to, have to watch on the second half.
You can see that he's not happy about it. He's a very competitive kid, and receiving condolences from all of his teammates and a couple of coaches, and there's Jack Osberg. Jack Osberg's one of the classiest guys in football around here. He's been around for an awful long time. And
yeah, nice piece on Jack in the Star Tribune here not too long ago, too.
Yep.
So the Bengals will get the football to begin half number 2 as Lum gets set to boot it away here for Osseo. Lum's kick will be a short one, fielded on the 25-yard line, trying to bounce to the outside, directing his blockers a little bit as well. A nice return into Osseo territory, inside the 30 and scrambling down to the 21-yard line, Max Bouch. Nice return right there. As you said, looks like he knew what to do with it when he gets it. And Osseo going with the higher short kick, and it did not pay off as Blaine blocked it well.
Right. And Max Bausch, boy, he's showing some speed for a 6'2", 225-pound linebacker. Looking more like a 6'2", 225-pound fullback. Now he'll be going back telling the coaching staff, you can give me the ball once in a while too,
And we will have a flag before this play gets underway as Osseo jumped into the neutral zone there. So make it a 1st and 5 for the Bengals. Well, exactly what Osseo did not want, that big kick return to start the second half. They had a little momentum heading into halftime, and now Blaine kind of on the doorstep here right away. Hand off to Harper, a burst, and he is going to go in for the touchdown. Wow, that did not take long. We also have an Osseo player down injured on the play as well. A 16-yard touchdown run for Harper as they had that one well blocked, and he just got a head of steam and never had to slow at all.
Nope, it looks like Jacob Jones, possibly, defensive lineman. Down on the field.
Looking at that left leg.
Hard to tell. You obviously are looking at his lower leg, probably his left knee.
Well, third touchdown of the night for Mr. Harper there, and
very, very nicely run one play, and you've recouped the score that you gave up at the end of the half. So Osseo's challenge continues.
Nice kick return by Bouch to start it out. And makes the offense's job a whole lot easier. You get the return, then a 5-yard penalty, and all of a sudden, bang, you're in the end zone with just that one play. See if we can see on the right side of the screen, getting a little, he stumbles forward right there.
See, yeah, and another player comes right into his knee with a shoulder. Walking off somewhat gingerly, but under his own power. And Jacob Jones has been had a fairly good night tonight so far as a defensive end for Osseo.
Womack on to attempt the extra point here for the Bengals. He's gone 3 for 3 so far. Snap is perfect and the kick is up and it is good. So with 11:45 to go in the third, Blaine's lead is back to 21 points now at 28-7. So Osseo scored with 14 seconds to go before halftime. Blaine scores 15 seconds after halftime.
So in about a half a minute of clock time, we've had 2 scores.
And really, like you said, it does kind of feel like that one just canceled out what Osseo was able to do at the end.
Yeah, put you right back in the same hole you were at 3 minutes to go in the half. And that can be as uplifting as the score can be. Giving up a score like that can be deflating.
So getting ready to boot it away this time will be back to Brandon Olson, it looks like. Middle deep will be Gray now with Taylor out sideline for Osseo.
We'll have to see how how the loss of Taylor will change the dynamics for the Osseo offense here as well.
Probably a heavier dose of Ekior, I would guess, and see some other backs maybe getting some touches too. David Hall was in there a little bit late, and that's another short kick and paying the price, but getting it out to a decent spot is Jaden Morton. And they will be out over the 40 again, so not wanting to really, give Osseo a chance to get that huge return going, so they'll give up decent field position, but not allow them to break one. So Osseo, had some good moments offensively, but kind of spotty overall in that first half. And again, they'll have to do it now without Taylor. First down handoff goes to Ekior. They almost knocked that ball free. He had a lot of guys in his face there. Osowski helping to wrap him up, and they will lose a little bit on this one.
This is where the offensive line just has, this is a point in the game, and with the situations that they've had, the offensive line just has to say to themselves, hey, we've got to get off the ball, and we've got to do some things, and we have to make some things happen. They have to take some responsibility for it.
Tossed on the flat, it's intercepted. Garrity is going to have a touchdown. Sam Garrity, that is, as he walks on in for the score. And Blaine has really seized control of this one again now.
Right, we're exactly 1 minute into the second half, and Blaine has just scored their second touchdown of the half, so making this a 4-touchdown lead.
See, this one will be a 43-yard return there for Garrity, and boy, that one was over about as quick as could be. Once he caught it, you could already tell there was no way anybody was going to catch him.
No, that throw out into the flat that's undercut by a linebacker or a safety like that is just going to get that's a done deal before it's even completed.
Womack on to attempt the extra point again. He was just out here, but he's out here again 50 seconds later. A little bit of a high snap, and they get a piece of it. So Osseo able to deny the extra point this time around. Is getting through to get a piece of it. Looks like it was Navalonse.
Navalonse, yeah. I would say that he got enough of a hand on it to obviously keep it from clearing the crossbar. But now Osseo really, the challenge for Osseo as much now is how many possessions are they going to have and what are they going to do?
So we'll stay at 34-7 after that blocked extra point here. And I'm not sure what in the heck's taking so long between the touchdown and the kickoff here either.
He's got to line up and go. It's maybe a TV time. Oh, we don't have to worry about that.
Send Gray back deep middle again. Flanked by Caven and also
Yang.
Is it Yang on that other side
I think
there?
so, yep.
And then drive it on the ground again. This time it takes a nice big hop. It's off a little bit off the shin of Caven, and then he is able to pick it up. Oh, he almost squirted out of there, but Bengals hang on. That was more what Blaine's been looking for with
right.
those, kick and get ball bouncing around a little bit.
Get that pointy-ended ball bouncing weird, and funny things can happen. It would have been very uncomfortable if that ball bouncing off of Julian Caven's shin goes right back to a Blaine player.
So they'll have it on the 30-yard line now. Osseo, as we said at halftime, starting to feel decent about things when they pulled within 21-7, but now giving up two quick scores. Here's Ekior. Takes the handoff here and wrapped up and driven back. Courtney Dawson had him around the waist. And it'll be a pickup of maybe a yard.
And now the challenge for Osseo is the players don't think about the score. Play the game. They've got to really settle down and play football. And let the score take care of itself. If you do your job and you play the game and you play it well, then the score can take care of itself. But if you're worried about the score as you're making the play, then it's too hard.
Arell throwing, and it's complete to Gray, wrapped up immediately. Brown getting to him first there for the Bengals after a pickup of about 5. Bring up a 3rd and 5 here for the Orioles. Arell rolling to his left, hit as he throws, and it will fall incomplete. Good pressure put on for the Bengals there as Ben Kidda got to him just as he was starting to release that one.
Yeah, a little bit of backside pressure there.
Sam Garrity will drop back deep. He's hopefully caught his breath after returning that interception all the way, and he'll try and return a punt now as Norman comes on to kick. Norman, plenty of time, a high short kick, fair catch called for and bobbled. Scramble for it here, and Osseo's going to have it. Winding up with the football looked like was Donovan Seals for the Orioles. So Garrity, remember that one earlier, he decided not to field, and this one he had some trouble with as well.
Well, you can see that there's a pretty good coverage right there. There's an Osseo player right next to Garrity. And of course, if you're that player, you just say, don't drop it.
Yeah. So Osseo gets a break.
Well covered, yeah. That's a nice break. Make your own breaks for Osseo.
Throwing it up deep, and Gray coming back for it, but cannot make the catch. And it'll be a long incompletion. There was pressure on Arell again. A little bit underthrown, but a lot of times that the receiver can see that ball a little bit easier than the D-back, and he came back toward it and almost got it.
In the NFL and in college ball, they say that's a back shoulder throw. At that one, Arell just didn't have a chance to step into it, and he was throwing that all with his arm, and it was just underthrown. But as you said, the receiver usually has the better angle on it than the defender does.
So 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground. Ekior has some room, and he will pick up about 8, it looks like.
That's a nice run by Ekior. Very well done by the right side of the offensive line, giving him a nice space to run into so he could accelerate into the linebacker zone and get a pretty good gain.
Wind picking up, at least the wind in the press box anyway, is feeling the chill of winter all of a sudden here early in this second half. So 3rd down and short here for the Orioles. Back to the ground and Ekior, and he is stacked up. Ooh. Not going to be close to the first down there as Kidda helping to drive him down.
Yeah, Ben Kidda really does a nice job of penetrating his gap and making the tackle for no gain. But now I think almost every possession is going to be anything in the Blaine zone for Osseo is going to be 4-down zone. They cannot afford to not have the football.
And especially on this spot on the field too. Really no decision to be made. Obviously you go for it here with the score too. And he rolls left, throws complete to Ekior, and a hard hit. I don't know. I thought initially he was going to get it, but they stopped him in his tracks. Blaine is insisting that they've stopped him short of the line to gain, and they may be right.
See where the spot of the ball is. It's right on the 30-yard line. They're going to take a measurement. It's going to be very close one way or the other. One link of that chain will probably decide.
Very nice tackling by the Bengals. I thought when he caught the ball that he was definitely going to get it, but they stopped him so quickly. Oh, it's awful close.
It is.
And it's going to be Blaine football just short.
One link.
You were right, Bill. Boy, the nose of the football was awful close, but not quite there, and the Bengals get a big stop.
And like you said, Jay, it looked like when Ekior caught that ball that he was going to be able to take one more stride and get over the 30-yard line, and that did not happen. He was stopped right in his tracks.
So Bengals football at their 30-yard line here as they go to work with the big lead. Swings it out, and that play isn't going nowhere. Bynum's going to lose a little bit depending on where they spot. Yeah, he's going to be short of the original line of scrimmage there.
Pretty well played, the bubble screen, pretty well played by the defense that time. As soon as they recognize it, getting up and getting involved and making a tackle for a loss of a yard.
2nd and 11 now for Melton and crew. Hands it off. Harper getting to the edge, spun away from a tackler and out over the 35. Pretty decent gainer there. So he'll pick up 6 or 7.
Really nice block by number 66, Jesse Groen, right on the flank to let Harper get the edge and turn the corner. As you can see, Bryce Harper is a little gimpy coming off the field there. Or Chase Harper, excuse me.
Bryce, the baseball player, Bill.
That's right.
3rd down and 3. Bynum trying to get around that corner, but Osseo strings it out enough. It's the one thing that, Osseo's got pretty good speed defensively. Unless they're fooled, it's pretty tough to get wide on them.
Yeah, they flow to the ball very nicely. They're well coached to get into the running lanes and into the flow pretty well. So they are going to force a punt here by the Bengals.
Downey will come on to punt. And Caven waiting back deep for the Orioles. So they get a quick stop after Blaine had stopped them on downs. Downey's kick not going to be fielded, and it'll drift out of bounds around the 35-yard line. About a 33, 34-yard punt there and no return.
Not a bad punt. Goes out of bounds with no return.
The wind is starting to swirl, like we said. I think it's going to make it tougher for returners to try and get under a ball. You see Garrity getting his 5th pick and 3rd time he has brought it back. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
And up the middle and skidding to a quick stop there is David Hall running that one, the 5'9", 200-pounder for Osseo. Got a couple. So 2nd down and 8 coming here. Handoff goes back to Ikior. He's got a gap up the middle, and he is into the Blaine secondary. Ball comes loose at the end, but he was down already by this point, and he will have a 1st down and more. Pickup of 21 down to the 40 of the Bengals.
And here we see the young sophomore making a nice move, getting upfield, running straight to the goal line. Nicely done by the Osseo offense there.
Arell back to Ikior left side. Oh, and a nice tackle. Shea Garrity going low and taking him off his feet right near the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10.
Here we see Garrity doing a really nice job. Shea Garrity from his linebacker spot, getting in and making a tackle for no gain.
Yeah, up what the Garritys have done tonight. It's been pretty impressive.
Yep, I'm sure their dad Shannon is pleased with that.
Yeah, athletic director and former football coach here at Blaine. Saw him down before the game tonight. Pitch out to Ikior. Flag is down. Breaks a tackle, but this one's probably going to come back. A nice run, but I have to believe this is more than likely not going to stand. Yep, going to be a hold. So wipe out what had been a nice run there and push them back into their own territory. They need to get to the Blaine 30 for a 1st down, so 25 yards to go, 2nd and 25 here for Osseo. Arell, little swing pass, and is this a forward pass? Maybe not. Blaine's
like
pursuing it. They're looking like they're calling it a lateral, and if so, it's going to be a touchdown for Evan Anderson.
Boy, Blaine all over that one, and that was ruled as a lateral.
So Evan Anderson will get the...
Ryan Stockhouse arguing a point that ball was thrown forward.
It looked awful close.
Yes, it did.
but it looks as though it's going to stand as a touchdown. So they get their second straight defensive touchdown. Evan Anderson doing a nice job. You know, every time you see teams in practice, there's some form of that, you know, scoop and score drill and have a little fun with it. They're going to go for 2 after missing the extra point last time around, which of course could put them at a running time situation here. Going to throw that fade way up in the corner of the end zone, and a flag flies. It is incomplete, but presumably be a pass interference.
And maybe enforced on the ensuing kickoff.
Well, I think they'll get the try again here.
They'll get the try again, yeah.
Weigand was the intended receiver. Oh, it's offensive interference. So the try is no good. And so the score will stay at 40-7 in favor of Blaine here. 4:10 to go in the third. Here's a look at the led to the touchdown. That is a lateral. That's a good call.
It's really close. You're seeing that in live action. It's definitely backwards.
So they're not able to get the conversion, which would have put it at a 35-point margin, and we stay at 40-7 in favor of the Bengals.
Ryan Stockhouse letting the linesman know his opinion on where that pass was.
We talked about it last time. I don't remember a game where it took so long to go from the conversion try to the kickoff.
Right. They're certainly letting them take their time on the sideline there.
Olsen will kick off here for the Bengals. Ekior coming onto the field late here. And this time he's going to bang it deep. Gray drifting back at the 9. He bobbles it, picks it up, and then he is going to be brought down. A nice open field 16. Tackle by Strand.
Yep.
And so Osseo not great field position this time, as Blaine has been kicking it short. That time they decided not to. Gray did a nice job getting back to it, bobbled a little bit, and then was brought down by Strand.
Yeah, we're starting to see now, though, that you look at the body language of the two teams, you can see that Osseo's shoulders are a little bit slumped, and
so first down for Rell and company here. Handoff goes up the gut. Very minimal gain there as ball carrier that time was Hall.
And I'm not seeing, I think Ekior, they're giving him a little bit of a break here right now. He's on the sideline.
You know, we talked about Blaine went for 2 there, and it's not, we're running up the score. You get to that running time margin.
Exactly.
I think we're almost to the point where both teams would like to just get it over with and get to the playoffs. Now you don't want to see anybody else get banged up or anything.
Exactly.
And a handoff in the backfield. Oh, boy. Nice job to hang on to that ball as Dawson got there almost as soon as the ball was handed off. And carrying at that time for the Orioles was Abraham Kamara. Did a good job just to hang on, as you'll watch Dawson get there in a hurry.
Well, he gets that A seam. That's the advantage of having the nose tackle, the nose guard right there, is he can get either A seam right at the snap of the ball. He's right on top of it.
So third down, Arell throwing it out in the flat. That is complete, and Gray trying to get out of that tackle attempt.
Not quite enough for the first down, I don't
No, he'll be a couple yards short at least. And it looks like Osseo is going to have to punt it away. Different punter this time. This is the guy they had listed for us as the punter. Josephus Shea will punt. And it is Garrity waiting back deep. Sam Garrity, that is. And we get a whistle prior to the snap here.
Probably another procedural penalty of some variety.
We had, I'm not sure the guys got set again before the ball was snapped. They had the offside against Osseo, encroachment. I'm wondering if one of those guys who shifted didn't.
Yeah. Must have stepped into the neutral
zone there.
Yep.
I thought maybe it was that they weren't set, but trying to get that defense to jump, and Jay will punt it away. Fair catch called for on a low liner and made at the 47 by Sam Garrity. So Blaine will get the football back here late in this third quarter, leading at 40-7, 2:27 to play in period number 3, and this one's kind of, the air's gone out of it a little bit.
I would think you're right on that one, Jay. Osseo, I think, has seen the proverbial handwriting on the wall here.
Connor Melton warming his hands as he gets ready to take the snap here. Fakes the handoff. Melton's going to throw deep. 2 receivers are wide open, and Brown juggled. Did he hang on? No. Not in bounds anyway, as he caught it, but he was juggling it and ruled out of bounds. Whoa, they had 2 guys who had nobody
totally
near
wide
them.
Open.
And it winds up as an incompletion. Boy, Osseo got lucky there.
Exactly.
I think he still had that ball, didn't he? There's no doubt he juggled it, but I think he still got control with his foot in bounds.
Left foot. Right foot.
Yeah, that should be a catch. And now we get a penalty against the Bengals here. This is going to be a procedure penalty.
False start against Blaine. A 5-yard penalty, replay, second down.
So make it a 2nd and 15 now for Blaine. Melton swinging it out and incomplete as it got through the hands of Bynum there. There's a lot of traffic there too. I think he could feel that there were bodies around him there and couldn't quite bring that one in. So 3rd down and long.
I'm a little surprised that with a 33-point lead, Blaine is throwing the ball as much as they are.
Well, they had him completely fooled on that first one. I still feel like they're trying to get it to that running time margin.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing deep for Bynum, and he's got it, and this one is going to be a touchdown. 53-yard strike for the Bengals.
47-yard Blaine touchdown.
And I think you're right, Jay, that they were looking for that that running clock. They had 2 or 3 chances and big shots down the field just to see if they could get it there, and now they have. So I have a chance to put this at 47-7.
Another look, nice strong throw down the sideline. The initial coverage wasn't bad, but then he just kind of stopped running a little bit, and that allowed Bynum to pull away. Womack's extra point attempt is up, and it is good. So with 2:10 to play here in the third, Bengals lead now 47-7.
As we can see, Bynum does a good job of breaking free, making a grab, and taking it on into the end zone.
So they nearly had a touchdown on the first play of the drive, and probably should have really, with two guys wide open, but then they'll settle for getting it a little bit later. There's Bynum gets the opportunity to do the honors. So Blaine gonna finish the regular season at 6-2 and hoping to make some noise in the postseason as well. They certainly they've got a lot of tools to.
They've got a lot of things that they do well, and they'll definitely be looking forward to see where they're going to line up in the playoffs and who they're going to get in the first round. They're probably going to be a number 3 seed maybe.
Olsen to kick off here for the Bengals. Driving it, and it's going to get out of bounds, so flag flies, and Osseo will get the football. Decent field position here, but obviously a very uphill battle at this point for the Orioles, not the, kind of last game of the home game of the season and home game for the seniors to go out on.
This a tough row right now. They've had moments during the game when they've looked pretty good, and they've had a couple of chances. They've hurt themselves badly with penalties the entire night and a couple of huge turnovers to give up 13 points. That really does it. Had 21 points off of turnovers tonight.
Handoff going to Hall up the middle as he is stacked up after picking up a couple.
Three-yard gain on the play, bring up second down.
Second and long here for the Orioles. Hand off to Hall again, picking his way through there and into the Blaine secondary before he is brought down. He'll cross midfield and get a first down here for the Orioles. So he'll picks up 14, and his nicest run of the night here as Hall has now carried it 4 times.
Here we can see straight up the middle. Hall does a good job, gets his shoulders over his toes, leans into the tackle and gets an extra couple of yards there. That was a pretty nice run.
They'll go right back to him, and another big gap to run through. And Hall fighting forward for another first down as he's... Oh, Blaine came up with the football late as he lost it in the pack. And it's recovered by Austin Hake for the Bengals. And it looks like Hall is injured as well.
And that is not good for Osseo, obviously, to have their third running back get dinged here in this game.
So Hake on the recovery, it was a big scrum and they were trying to, it was, I thought it was close to the point where his momentum was stopped, but not quite apparently. No. That ball came out late. Looks like the right lower leg they're working on for Hall.
The hardest thing at this point for the evaluation is for the trainers to have the player relax enough that they can see what happened. Here we can see Hall cutting up field, getting there. Got to hold the ball high and tight. The ball's definitely out there.
And Hake forced the fumble as well, as he was able to rip it out. He was almost kind of chest to chest with Hall, but he can see that the ball's kind of visible, so he rakes it out right here.
And just takes it right out.
Nice job defensively there.
Yeah, it's hard to see where Hall got
you got to believe somebody landed, fell onto that back of the leg, and that's not a sight you like to see, especially, when the game's pretty much decided here and it's heading into the playoffs.
Exactly. Yep.
New unit here for Blaine. Looks like the QB will be Michael Gottschalk. And off up the middle, going here to Alex Pakula, and he gets his first opportunity to handle it tonight as the Bengals going to their second unit. He'll pick up a couple. See, Blaine has not only been able
ball on the ground now.
not only been able to, to stop teams, but also score some of their own, and that obviously has been a factor here tonight. You keep it on the ground again here. And looks like no gain, or very little, if any, for Pakula there on that carry, as that might be the last play of the third quarter, and probably will be, and they're going to let the clock tick down. So Osseo had a feeling that they'd close the gap right before halftime, but they can't feel that way anymore, as Blaine putting up an impressive third quarter. After 3, it is Blaine 47, Osseo 7. The fourth quarter is up next. Gottschalk, the quarterback, running this one as we begin quarter number 4, and he will get only a yard or two on that play. And Blaine will be forced into a punting situation. Downey on the punt. Caven waiting deep here for the Orioles. They were outscored 26-0 in that third quarter, and that's going to be tough to come back from any quarter that happens like that.
You won't get enough. You won't get enough possessions. You won't have 5 possessions in order to.
No, that's for sure. But even at any point in the game, when you have a quarter that's lopsided, it's tough to come back from.
Yep, absolutely. And pretty much from here on out, we'll be seeing mostly substitute players. Will be seeing the second units of both teams here.
New quarterback in there for the Orioles is Eric Lundstrom. And off left side. Football carried by Reggie Dupree there for Osseo. And he will pick up 6.
Reggie Dupree, the ball here.
Back to Dupree on the right side, and he will have the first down. Nice cut.
Nice move.
Yes, out close to midfield there. He'll pick up about a dozen. Bill, am I wrong, or shouldn't the clock be running here?
I would think. I'm not sure I understand why it isn't. Maybe I don't know. They stop it just to reset the chains and then keep it going.
Yeah, it's natural that you do that just automatically, but
right.
Then you have to restart it immediately, which maybe they did. Hand off left side here, and another pretty decent gainer here is Osseo's second unit, Dupree, doing a decent job to get about 6 or 7 more on that carry.
Yeah, this unit has done a nice job so far.
And off straight up the middle, and powering forward for another decent gainer is Kamara.
And another first down.
So they've advanced the ball inside Blaine's 40 here with a first down and 10. Well, Osseo, the scoreboard isn't going to be their friend tonight, but also seeing a couple of the guys getting nicked up is probably even more of a concern for them.
Probably more disturbing, particularly Parnell Taylor, with whatever injury he had.
And juggled and incomplete as Gray not able to hang on to that toss from Lundstrom. Second down and 10 here for the Orioles. Back to the ground, and Dupree, and a nice gap right up the middle. Dupree running hard and took a pretty good pop at the end of that as the safety, Brandon Hansen, getting his shoulder into him, but not before he had picked up a nice gain of about 15.
Yeah, Dupree's done a really nice job of finding the seam and then accelerating into it. Hansen puts a pretty good hit on him there, but not until after the first down is made.
Handoff going left side, and it's Kamara. Looks like a flag down on the play.
Flag was thrown in the secondary, so it's something.
Face mask, I believe.
Mask, yeah, probably personal foul, face mask.
Yeah, it looked like he was giving the signal for the 5-yard variety.
5-yard, yep.
They've signaled it, yeah. Hand off.
Going
up
straight
the gut
ahead,
here,
yep.
yes, as That earlier face mask we saw. Brandon Stromback maybe running. Oh, could have been a face mask the other way there. Osseo looking to try and punch it in. Back they go to Stromback. Let's see a 53 taking a handoff
not
too
very
often, but a couple in a row for him.
The 6'1", 220-pound, normally offensive lineman.
And play him in as a blocking fullback, but then give him the football here. Right back up the middle, and they'll give it to Stromback again.
Going to keep doing this until they get in the end zone, I think.
Well, the big boy is a little injured there. Ben Plizak, 6'1", 320.
I noticed that they've got 5 guys on the team. Did you see?
Ooh, he gets bent backward hard, no wonder.
Yeah, that does not feel good.
Right back to Stromback, and he is in for the touchdown. Kind of got the feeling maybe this was like, we're going to give this guy a little reward for some hard work or something.
Yeah, something else. Now he scores the touchdown. Now he's got to snap the ball on the extra point. They wouldn't want to run the Wildcat with him because he'd have to snap the ball to himself.
Jack Tate coming in there at quarterback, it looks like, as they'll go for a 2-point conversion here. Here's the pass, and that will fall incomplete.
Yes, by a significant amount.
Look at Stromback just getting it over the goal line there.
Just enough right there.
Oh,
you
nice
see
look down the line, yes.
It's just enough to get the ball over the goal line and make the touchdown. Offensive linemen always believe that they're really running backs in bad bodies. That's really all it is. And when you see Stromback score, you get, well, there's something for the big guys right there.
We'll kick it off here. And a little chip shot there. Fielded on a hop by Harper. And he will step on out of bounds.
Mom's kick, fielded by number 5, Chase Harper.
Gottschalk handing it off up the middle, and a nice stop that time as the ball run by Blaine's Andrew Yang. Up the middle, Yang gets the carry again. Nice hole. Ooh, he was cut down hard as Nolan and Melikar came up to hit him hard and low.
Another wholesale substitution for Blaine here.
Be 3rd and about 1.5 yards here for the Bengals. Ooh, and a hard hit delivered there as that one run into Blaine or Osseo territory. And we've got an Osseo player a little banged up here. Another second half injury to worry about here.
And another lower leg injury. Seems we've had a rash of lower leg injuries tonight.
Like it's AJ Samuels.
Yep. Kind of limping off with looked like a right ankle injury, a little bit of a right ankle sprain probably. And when you're down by as many points as Osseo is right now, those little dings hurt a lot more, I guarantee you.
Gottschalk will hand it off. Number 5 running. I don't believe that's Harper.
It
though.
isn't.
It's a different 5, right?
Yeah, it's a second number 5 that we don't have on the roster.
There's a look at Gottschalk, who's come on to handle the snaps later in this one for Blaine. And off up the middle, and on second effort, there's some space to run. Wow. Pikula ran into traffic initially and then said, okay, I'm going to go a little different route here. So down to the 27 of Osseo. Watch him run right into the back of his lineman there, and then all of a sudden he was motoring. And off up the middle, and Pikula, another decent run there. Stopped for the Orioles by Thomas Opats.
For the Orioles. Gain of 5 on the play, bring up second down.
Ticking down toward 2 minutes to play in this one. Blaine in command, 47-13. After they had a big third quarter with 4 touchdowns to really pull away after leading 21-7 at halftime. And off up the middle, nice little shifty move there by Yang.
Andrew Yang's had a couple of nice runs here late in the game.
So the Osseo second team was able to march it down and get a score. Blaine hoping theirs can do the same. Our second and third team maybe throughout their lineup. Got Shock. Oh, he's going to take a knee instead here. So they've gotten to the point where they, after getting that first down, where they can do so and just eat up the rest of the clock here.
And my guess would be that Osseo will not use their timeouts to stop the clock at this point.
Spring Lake Park leading Cooper 44-32.
That was a 21-20 game in the third quarter. So Spring Lake Park showing their fourth quarter chops, it seems like.
Another kneel down coming up here for Blaine, then they'll do it once more and be able to chalk up their 6th win of the season.
Bring up third down.
Yep. He's not going to spot the ball for play, so.
So after Osseo had gotten a little spark right before halftime to pull within 21-7, they are run out in that third quarter. And Blaine is going to win this one by a score of 47-13. So the teams get set for the playoffs now. I hope none of those injuries are terribly serious here in this one as the teams wrap up the regular season. Congratulations to the Bengals on the win tonight. Our final here tonight in Osseo is Blaine 47, Osseo 13. For Bill Hunstock, Allie Arlton, all of our crew, MJ Wilcox, good night from Osseo.